Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining. Want to start with checking the audio? Oh, good thinking. Hi, everyone. If you can hear me, please type it into the chat. How's the audio? Bit soft. Okay. I'll try and talk a little louder. Thanks, everyone, for joining me today. Thank you for being here for this live stream remote viewing session. Wonderful. And happy Saturday or happy Sunday to the folks on the other side of the world. Great, great, great. And thanks for confirming that the audio works well. That really helps. Okay, so today we're going to be doing, we're going to see about time because this live stream is going to go for about an hour. And we might be exploring 2 or 3 targets. And for this, I will be walking you through the targets, walking you through some very basic remote viewing protocols and methods. And congratulations for taking this time today to work on yourself and to work on your remote viewing skills. I truly believe this is the next step in our evolution, is to get everybody up to this telepathic speed. All right. Wonderful. 4 a.m. in Australia is crazy. Well, thanks for being here. Okay, we're gonna start with a brief meditation. Let's just jump right into it, no wasting any time. Make sure you have a pen and paper. You're gonna need that to record your impressions. And then just make sure you're in a comfortable seat. And Yep. Let's start with our, we're gonna start with the massage, and this is just to get your chi flowing nice. You're gonna start with your head, just start massaging your head, be gentle with yourself, and you bring that energy down to your heart. So if you are a male, start with your right hand, massage it with your left. If you're a female, start with the left. The right side of our bodies represents the masculine energy, and the left represents the feminine energy. So, and if you are completely new to remote viewing, that is even better. Okay, you are here now, and this is going to be a fantastic experience. First time you remote view, you really start to open up a lot within yourself, a lot of possibilities. You reshape your whole mental frame, and then move down to your feet, up your legs. So if you're a man, work on your right first, and then move on to your left. If you're female, work on your left. Okay. And remote viewing is actually a very comfortable um, methodology. It's not like astral projecting where you're completely leaving your body. With this, you're very much within your body and you're just receiving these impressions. So there's nothing to be nervous about, nothing to be afraid of. You're going to do just fine. Okay, now we're going to move on to our pranayam, our alternate nostril breathing, and this balances your right and left hemispheres of your brain. So just sit nice and comfortable. You're going to start with plugging your right side of your nostril. Just be very gentle. Breathe out, breathe in, plug your left nostril, breathe out, breathe in, and just keep it flowing. Just keep your attention on the breath. Let that anchor you to the present moment. Just keep going for a few more breaths. All right, now a few more breaths, and then we're going to move on to the meditation portion. So the mantra that you're going to be using is Shanim Mana. Shanim Mana. And this is a good mantra for just anchoring your attention to the present moment. It's a good mantra for all sorts of environment. Even if you're in a noisier environment, this is a good mantra for blocking out the noise. So we're just going to do this for a few more minutes. Usually when we do a remote viewing, you want your mind to be as calm as possible, and that allows the data to flow through. That strengthens the signal and quiets the mental noise. And I would encourage everybody to make meditation part of your daily practice. So just sit comfortably and repeat these words first out loud. Shanim Mana. Shanim Mana. Shani Mana, and then go inward. Just focus on those words. Meditation is not a forceful practice. Be soft. If your mind wanders, just lovingly bring it back to the present moment. Let's just go for another minute more. All right, and then slowly start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Open your eyes slowly, and then, all right, we're going to say the Farsight affirmation together. Okay, so the affirmation, you're just going to repeat after me. I am a spiritual being. Because I'm a spiritual being, I am able to perceive beyond all boundaries of time and space. My consciousness is ever present with all that is, with all that was, and with all that ever will be. I direct my attention to a chosen point of existence. I observe what is there. I study it carefully. I record what I find. All right, let's get started. So, what we're going to be practicing today is SRV, Scientific Remote Viewing. And this is going to be quite a redacted process of the SRV protocol. That's because SRV is, it's broken out into a few portions. We start with the coordinates, and the coordinates purpose is to just distract our minds so that the conscious signal can flow through perfectly. And then we move on to the ideograms, which we're not really going to be practicing today. There's tons of information on our instructional folder in Farsight Prime, and you're more than welcome to check that out. But ideograms are just basic shapes, and they represent various elements in the target. They're a very, very useful way of collecting data pertaining to the environment. And then we move on to checking everything that's in the environment. So this protocol helps us be able to duplicate the remote viewing process each time with increased accuracy. And we do all our targets blind, which is to prevent front loading and to increase the scientific dependability of the data. Okay, so welcome everybody who's joining us now. All right, so sit comfortably. Now I'm going to give you a set of coordinates. These are just to anchor your mind, okay? And then I'm going to guide you through this remote viewing. So I'll just say, take a look at this, take a look at that, and speed is of the essence. Always record your first impressions because your first impressions are usually the correct impressions. If you wait too long or if you take too long to check for something, sometimes that allows your conscious mind to kick in and to start wanting to come up with impressions. So our first target coordinates will be 5289 0010, and then you're just going to put a dot next to it. So you're just going to say to yourself 5289 0010. You're going to probe the dot. I'm looking at a target right now. Let's start with the general environment. And I mean, I hate to ask you to do this, but it's usually very helpful for me to guide you through the process. I usually ask when you're, whatever impressions you get, you don't have to do all of them, but try and type it into the chat. So probe the dot right next to it. And as you're doing this, imagine yourself making contact with the target. So we're going to start by looking at the base environment. Does it feel like it's a level environment or an irregular environment? Just take a look at the ground and keep everything very low level. You don't want to start giving descriptions that are too identifying of this. You want to say things like it's an irregular topography or it's a level topography. You want to, as much as possible, describe the environment instead of identifying the environment. Now take a look. If you have land here, does this land look level or irregular? Take a look at the land. Do you notice that it's flat? So you're just going to probe the dot and try and empty your mind and just watch. What does this land look to you? You're going to probably see some sort of like a silhouette because the impressions from remote viewing, they're not like crisp, like how you move around your everyday life. It's very faint, almost like a memory. Would you say that this land is man-made or natural? Just sense into it. Does it feel like it's it's man-made or natural? So you're using your third eye, you're using your senses. When you probe, you have to empty your mind so you can receive the impressions. And if you feel like it's both, just say that it's both, don't edit anything out. Usually the impressions that that are most doubtful, that you're like, I don't know, I don't think that's right, that's usually the most correct one. Okay. Now, are there any subjects here? Subjects as in people. Are there any people in this environment? Probe. You know what subjects feel like. You're going to get that impression. Do you feel like there's any subjects here? If you get any, ask yourself, is it one subject, few subjects, many subjects? And if you get the perception of many subjects, ask yourself, is this a crowd? There are no wrong answers. This is a training environment, right? You're here to learn remote viewing. So, as much as possible, just try and be relaxed and keep a curious, open mind. So, Matthew, I would say 6 is it's too concrete of an answer. You can say few, and then you can deduct robots. That's too high level. If you're seeing a human form, say human form. If you say robot, your mind has already kicked in with the imagination. All right. So you're going to spread your consciousness throughout this whole area. Try and look at a large distance and look for subjects again. How many subjects do you find here? One, few, or many? And just keep it like that, you know. Very simple. If you get boats and automobiles, let's just call those structures on water, okay? Keep it very... And while we're on that, let's go ahead and probe for structures. Are there any structures here? Would you call this a urban environment or a rural environment? Would you call this a urban environment or a rural environment? Probe and just watch. Imagine yourself moving through this environment and take it slow, okay? When we do this, the first few pages of our sessions, we're taking it very slow. We're going through something called the advanced vocabulary, and that's just taking us through everything, checking the base surface, checking for land, for water, structures, mountains. We're very methodical about this, and this is, as a beginner, you have to be methodical. Um, Now, probe for water. Do we have any water here? When you probe for this, kind of imagine yourself reaching out and waving your arm. Do you feel any substance, any texture that follows your hand? If you have water, ask yourself, um, is this extensive or not so extensive? Mm-hmm. Now take a bird's eye view. Go, let's say, 500, I don't know, 500 meters up and look downwards. What colors do you see from that height? What are the hues that you see? Then just write that down. If it's colorful, if you know, whatever it is, blues, greens, reds, orange, whatever colors that you see, write that down. If you see any sort of shape from this distance, go ahead and just sketch it out real quick. Mm-hmm. Keep going. You're all doing great. And is there any foliage here? Did I already ask that? I can't remember. Is there any foliage in this environment? Go ahead and probe for foliage. Mm-hmm. And then if you get foliage, probe for, is this extensive foliage or sparse foliage? Just probe and watch. It's almost like within your spirit, you're reaching into this environment. All right, now move down to the base surface. You're going to write X. I want you to move to point X of this target and just probe the X spot and just watch. What are the things that come to you when you probe for this? Just let them come to you. Don't seek anything out. Your intention is, I'm at point X. What do I perceive here? And just whatever you get, there are no wrong answers. Probe for movement or activity at point X. Do you feel any movement or activity? Either by subjects or objects? Keep it low level. Probe for activity or movement again. Moon, flying fish is way too high level. Ask yourself, so when you get something high level like this, we call that a deduction. You're going to write D dash flying fish. And the thing with deductions is there's always something within the deduction that gives you good data about the target, but you have to ask yourself, what is it about flying fish that is reminding me of this target? Okay, just ask yourself, is it the movement? Is it the shape of a flying fish? What exactly is it? If you get any movement, ask yourself, is this movement fast or slow? Is it one directional or multi-directional? Let's just start with that. All right, fast or slow movement, one directional or multi-directional. Okay, now let's see. Probe for sounds. Still at X, just probe and tune in. Is this environment loud or quiet? Is this environment loud or quiet? If you get that it's loud, try and describe it. What does it sound like? Hmm. Okay, now you're going to do a um, find some space on your page, put a dot, probe the dot, and angle your head upwards, kind of like 45 degrees. Your eyes are naturally gonna come up to your third eye, and then you're going to get a perception, and you're just gonna sketch out what you get. So whatever it is, keep it simple. Probe, look up, or alternatively, you can just probe and look, just kind of turn on your sight, your clairvoyance, and do a quick sketch of the target. Don't judge your data, okay? The thing with remote viewing is it's quite tricky because you don't know what the target is. You just have to trust in your impressions. You have to practice surrender and trust, okay? Write down what you get. Don't double think yourself. You're going to use up too much of your energy, your vital energy doing this. Draw what you get, write down your impressions, and let it go. This is not something you can control, not blind remote viewing. Okay, good, good, good. And please make sure you're being positive in the chat, okay? We're all sharing this environment. Okay, cool. All right, so just a few more seconds. All right, so we're going to do our target reveal for the first one. I think everybody got some really good data. So the target for this The target for this is the Austrian Grand Prix located in the Styrian Mountains of have some race cars moving very quickly. They're usually very loud. This is in a very mountainous region, and it's very green. Uh, and there are crowds, as you can see in the back. So let me know about your data. I saw some people said mountains, which was very good, some foliage. This oval ring sort of with straight lines coming down from it. That's actually a really good description of this track. And can you tell me, can you hear, are you still getting my audio? Yeah, movement. I think, Matthew, you said arrow shape, triangle pointing upwards like an arrow. That's still very good. Okay. Slightly noisy vibration. Audio still on. It's fine. Great, great. Got windy. Got the windy track. Amazing. Wavy and also got mountains. Very, very good. And as you can see, this is something that, um, you are able to get really, really great perceptions over a short period of time. So imagine what you can do with like a full-on meditation. Everything just gets more crystallized, much more clear. But I am very, very impressed with your data so far. Okay, let's move on to the next target. All right, let's just clear our minds real quick. All right, take a deep breath in, let go of the previous target. There's probably water in these mountains, but it's not like a dominant element of this. Good job, everyone. Good job. Okay, take a deep breath in. All right, now your next target coordinates. I'm gonna switch up colors. Next target coordinates for your second target. It's gonna be, let's see, 91804462. Put a dot. Jump right in. Probe that dot. Is there a base surface? Is this base surface level or irregular? Okay. Is there a base surface? Is this base surface level or irregular? We're gonna go quickly. I don't want your mind to, start conjuring or turn on. Write down what you get. Is there land here? Probe and look for land. Is there land? Is there something solid that feels like land? Now probe for if you get any descriptions of, if you get land, probe for descriptions, is it level or irregular? Is it natural or man-made? Um, is there any water here? Is there any water here? Probe. Do you get the essence of something wet or mushy? Reach in with your hand, do the waving thing. I do this all the time in my sessions because water tends to be a little tricky. So even if I get water, I just want to like confirm. I reach in and I wave with, and if I feel the texture, I'm like, okay, there actually is water. And then probe. If you find water, it's okay to be confused. Matthew, just shake it out. Shake it out. Okay? Take a deep breath in and just try to empty. Okay, now, is this water extensive? Don't judge, just quiet, just probe. Is this water extensive? Does it feel like it's a lot? All right. Go up to, let's say, 5,000 feet, which is 1,500 meters, depending on where you are, and look downwards. Are you seeing any sort of shapes or colors? What are the dominant shapes here, or the dominant colors here? You're doing great. Just surrender and trust. Keep going. It's not easy. It is not easy. I'll tell you what, every time I sit down for a session, it's brutal. Now, let's probe for mountains. Are there any mountains here? Are there any mountains here? Do you get, if there are, is it one or multiple? Let's go ahead and probe for subjects. Are there any subjects here? Just probe the dot and feel into the environment. Reach in with your spirit. Is there anything that feels like subjects here? Are there any structures here? Don't ever assume that there's something or anything. Just probe and watch. Are there any structures? Okay, let's move on to activity or movement. Do you feel any activity or movement? Ron, if you feel heartbeats or thumping, let's just say heartbeat type sounds or thumping. It's good data, but when you put animal, that's okay, you've gotten this good data. Now your mind is trying to rationalize heartbeats or thumping, has to be animal, right? Just keep it low level. And that kind of like you really reduce the chances of you being wrong when you keep it low level like so. A clock, deduction. Yes, deduction, write down D dash clock, drop your pen, release that deduction. Now let us probe for energetics. Anything here that is producing a lot of energy. Go ahead and probe that and just feel in. Do you feel the essence of energy here? Manhole structures. That is deduction. Manhole is a deduction for sure. But everybody's doing great. If you feel the energetics, let's see. Is the energetics, um, does it feel like, what does it feel like exactly? Try and describe that for yourself. Does it feel like large energetics? Does it feel like subtle energetics? Go right to the center of whatever it is that you're feeling and just sit with it. Would you say it's fire or heat? Is it vibrational? Okay, swirling, good, good short order cook. All right, all right. Now let's probe for sounds. Just probe, listen. Is this quiet or a loud environment? Is it loud or quiet? If it's loud, try and describe what exactly does it sound like? Is it people talking, shouting, roaring, booming, rhythm? Okay, now we are going to do the same thing we did last time. Put a dot, probe that dot, angle your head 45 degrees, and just any impressions, any shapes. It doesn't have to make sense. Just put it down on paper. That's interesting. Okay. Put it down real quick, and then we're going to move on. Everybody's doing so good. Thank you so much for being here. And imagine, like, if you keep practicing this, it becomes your impressions, they get a lot more vivid, a lot more crystallized. It becomes something that is so natural to you that you can just probe and you can get it. Your overall, your overall, just every day, it starts to impact. It grows your intuition. Like I would just say, this has been a life-changing skill for me, and I hope that it is the same for you. Great, great, great. All right, finish up, and then we're going to put this target up in just a little bit. Oh, thanks, Dan. All right. So the target for this, the second target, this was the Tonga volcanic eruption. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? No sound. Dang. Hmm. Okay, all right, now, thank you. I think sometimes when we put the image up, it like kicks the audio off. It's really dumb. Ah, I said so many things that you didn't hear. Well, I was just in awe because of how many like good data that you got. So all these things, um, red, orange, particulates, dust, very, very good. The broccoli cloud shape, that was incredible. The heartbeat and oh, the audio is fine. Okay. Natural swirling, bang, pop, all these are really, really great Im impressions and perceptions. Um, Well, I sometimes, you can change up settings on your own YouTube in case you can't see what we're doing. I'm not a pro at YouTube, so I don't really know how to help. Okay, wonderful. Good job. Yay. Everybody should be really proud of themselves. This is good data. Good data. And imagine that you got this like so quickly. With some practice, my goodness, we're gonna be unstoppable. Okay, on to the third target. Okay, so let me get rid of this. Just take another deep breath. Try and clear your mind of the last target. Okay. Um, if you're asking me, Juan, I'm in the US in Atlanta. Okay. Deep breath. I need to calm myself because all this data is getting me getting me excited. I just can't believe how I I don't think I got remote viewing down this quickly. You guys are way better. Okay. So, for our third target, we're going to use 5510. So you're going to write down 9362 5510. Take a deep breath. Let all that energy go. Another deep breath. Let the energy go. Yes, people did do great, but so did you, Moon. So did you. I'm not writing backwards. I'm writing forwards. Just mirroring. Okay. So go ahead and probe the dot. We're going to start as usual. Look at the base surface. Is this a level base surface or an irregular base surface? Is this a level base surface or an irregular base surface? Do we have land here? If you have land, probe 4, is this natural or man-made? Just probe and watch. Open up your senses. Um, widen your scope now and then probe, is this an urban environment or a natural environment? Whatever you get, don't judge, just put it down. Remember, you have no idea what the target is. Are there any subjects here? Probe for subjects. And if you have subjects, check one, few, or many. Matthew, just drop the pen for a second and then recenter yourself to the target. Okay. Is there any foliage here? Are there any trees? Any plant life? Just probe and watch. When you probe, you really have to empty your mind so you can receive the impressions, and you have to be very attentive for the information. And as time goes, as you continue to practice this, you'll really learn to differentiate between your imagination and the impressions, the remote viewing impressions. Are there any structures here? Just probe the dot again and ask yourself, are there any structures here? Are there any structures that stand out or any dominant structures? And now we're going to move straight to the drawing portion. As you can see, probe the dot, angle your head, just do a quick sketch. The mosque is a high level, but if you have a structure that has a general shape like that, go ahead and write it down, draw it. Whatever you get, just put it down. And you can also probe for sounds while you're doing this. Whatever sounds, is this a quiet environment? Is it a loud environment? Very good. Just make sure you draw what you get. And now I'm going to direct you. You are going to write down subject X, put a dot. So I have a subject here I want you to take a look at. We're going to call the subject X. You're going to probe the dot. Again, probe, empty your mind, and just receive the impressions. Is this a male or a female subject? Is this a male or a female subject? Probe this subject's skin tone. What is this subject's skin tone? Look at this subject's face. Touch the face. Is there anything of note there? Touch around the lips, the chin. What is the subject's, can you point out any features? Feel the head. What is the subject's head like? Is there any hair? If there is, what's the texture of the hair? What length is the hair? And then look at the subject's attire. Would you say that this subject is wearing formal or informal attire? Great job. Now we're going to go back to your drawing. You're going to probe and you're going to sense the energy of this environment. And just, oh, actually, yeah, no, actually, never mind. I don't want to give anything away. Just probe and sense the energy of this environment. What does this energy feel like? Does it feel like a calm environment? Is there anything in particular that you would say? If you can't see the clothing, it's okay. Just keep moving on. What is the energy of this environment? If you could kind of like meld yourself. Is meld a word? Mold yourself. Mesh yourself. Mesh yourself with this environment. What is the energy of it? The subtlety, the subtle energies. Is this does it feel good? Is there an energy of God, everything I think of? I'm like, nah, I don't want to give anything away. So I'll leave it up to you to just write it. And then let's move back to our subject X and let's do a deep mind probe of this subject. So probing into this subject, feel yourself touching into the subject's mind and no judging. If you have any preconceived notions, make sure you're dropping everything, okay? Don't impose your thoughts into this. You're just going to empty your mind. Take a deep breath, empty your mind. And then probe and observe. Are you getting any emotions? Any thoughts? Write down your impressions. Ruler vibes, let's just say leader. Feels like a leader. Serious and smart. Desire devotion. Whatever impressions you get. Now, how is this subject feeling at this exact moment? Steady focus. Good low level words you're using. Can you get a sense of what is most important to this subject? Can you get a sense if this subject is a service to self or service to others type subject? Feel yourself descending deeper into the subject's mind. What are these subjects' intentions? Move to the subject's spiritual center. How does that feel like? All right. Very good. Make sure you sketch out our subject X. Just do a quick sketch. I'm gonna give you like 30 seconds, and then we are going to do a target reveal. But just make sure you just, yeah, sketch it out real quick. Everybody got some really good data again. Wow. It's okay, Matthew. Hmm. All right. Let's do a target reveal for this one. So the target for this, for our third target, was Martin Luther King Jr. during the famous I Have a Dream speech. So this would have been in Washington, D.C. So remember the mosque deduction? That's a really good deduction because Washington has a bunch of these structures with the domes on top, like the White House. White House, does that have the dome on top? Or the Capitol? And this would have been a lot of subjects. The energy here would have been quite lively, but of course there's like a polarity to the tension that was felt during this time, but also to the kind of motivation that MLK is bringing to this. Um, this is a service to others subject, I would say. Quite, yeah. I don't know. I would just say that the subject's mind would probably feel good, confident, at peace, service to others. Um, Concerned, plan, service to group, good descriptions, higher power. Somebody said source vibration. Oh, Ron, you said that. That's good. I mean, Matthew, you did say leader, so that's good. Hmm. Daniel, no, you didn't. I saw you said confidence, life, peace. That's good. So you are on target. Mm. A helper, motherly, steady focus, big picture, serious and smart. I'm yeah, really good. All right. You got short curly hair, lightly unshaven. I get that's a pretty good description of this. Huh. So, I think everybody did a fantastic job. This, like any skill, has to be practiced. You have to put in time. You have to grow the muscle memory. And over time, it becomes sharper. You become better. You become more fluent. And I really hope we get to do this more. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. My channel is Intysam, just my name, and I'm going to start doing these on my own channel, these live streams there, um, and hopefully do these a lot more, maybe once a week. I just have to figure out the logistics on my side. What's that? Crown logo with number? Oh, I don't know what that is either. Have you ever seen a picture and felt like you were there? Yes, yes, you can really like mesh with a target sometimes and really like feel into the vibrations at that time, really feel into what the people were feeling. It will absolutely be a regular event. My hope is to get everybody to, just let's work together. Let's make remote viewing a required thing, like part of our curriculum. And then, you're really empowering yourself when you do this. Attention is the currency of the universe. And when you're focusing on things like this, growing yourself instead of allowing our attention to be dictated by the world, you we're taking our power back. And remote viewing is such a good way of doing that. Um, and then we can work together and, grow our psychic powers in other ways. Yes, can you put a link to my channel, please? Uh, Courtney said he had it up. Oh, and if you want, oh, no, they want it as a link in the chat. I don't know if you can do that. Um, and my email, if you want to reach out for one-on-one instructionals. And this is a really great way of learning. If you work with a teacher, you're really speeding up your learning process. This worked very well for me, and I give much thanks to Yemi and Aziz because they were great instructors. And having somebody there to make sure that you succeed helps. So if you want to work with me, I would be more than happy to have you reach out to my email at intysamsrv@gmail, and I'll give you some information. And yes, okay. And my YouTube channel again is just my name, Intysam. If you can subscribe and click on the little notification. Once I start doing this on a regular, I'm planning on it being at least a weekly thing because I think this is something that is quite impactful. And if anything, you guys' results today you've just reinforced that, my goodness, I don't know what it is, if there's something in the air or if it's just the general shift in collective consciousness, but people are picking up remote viewing a lot faster. Like I didn't pick it up this fast when I was training, but every time I teach somebody, they're just picking it up so quickly, and it's incredible. And like you guys today, the results were amazing. I haven't tried remote viewing a missing person. All my remote viewing is done completely blind, so it's up to my taskers to give me the thing. I do the session, and then we go over from there. Thank you, everyone. Okay. Let me see. Thanks, Mike. Mike is one of my students right now. Mind blowing. His sketches are just incredible, just picture for picture. I'm really, really impressed. Hmm. All right. Well, we're at time, and I want to give you guys your time back, your Saturday or Sunday. Thank you, everyone. The guys who woke up super early from Australia, thank you for being here and lending me your time and participation. So, again, Please reach out to me with any questions, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you, everyone. Love you. Bye.